From a seemingly real goblin, to something invisible that hurts a boy's arm during a live transmission, to the top-ranking videos I know will leave you questioning your entire life. So turn off the lights and prepare yourself to face the most mysterious thing on YouTube. Because my name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present extreme horror videos that will make you raise an eyebrow. Number 7. We start this video with a recording that left the security guards at a shopping mall completely intrigued. Reviewing the surveillance cameras as usual, they stumbled upon a moment as subtle as it was baffling. Something happening right before their eyes on one of the screens. I'll leave you with the sequence. See if you can notice the same thing they did.
Hey, here, look. Look, watch. What is that? What is that? And it's just gone. It's there, and now it's not. It's there, and now it's not, bro. What is that? Bruh. What is that?
Did you see it? I know it's quick, almost imperceptible. But if you look closely, right in the small space between the young man and the clothes he was inspecting, the figure of a tiny creature with strange features appears, only for a few seconds, similar to what many would describe as a goblin. It's there, still, almost as if watching us from another dimension, until it simply disappears, vanishing from the frame without a trace. The odd thing here is that the young man standing just inches away from that presence never notices it. There's no reaction, not a look that betrays that something was standing next to him. And yet from the camera, we see it crystal clear. Are we facing an optical illusion? A video glitch? Or was it really the manifestation of one of those beings that are said to inhabit the most unusual places in the modern world? Leave me your opinion in the comments. Number 6. The following recording was captured by a person who he says has already noticed strange things happening inside his room. Shadows moving and noises that seemed to come from nowhere. Until one night he decided to take his cell phone and record in all directions, convinced he wasn't alone. A situation that his camera would confirm in the worst way. Observe. How do you explain that? Clearly, those are footsteps sinking into the mattress, one after the other, as if someone or something invisible had climbed onto it. The disconcerting thing is that the sequence presents no cut or alterations in its continuity. There is no obvious manipulation, no shadows that betray the presence of any plot or trick. Everything happens fluidly, naturally, and that makes it even more alarming. What kind of force could leave such distinct marks without anything visible to cause them? Could it be an entity manifesting its presence? Or a residual energy that takes shape for a few seconds? Tell me what you think about this mysterious occurrence, because what was captured in this room seems to go far beyond a mere coincidence. Number 5. What you're about to see has caused quite a stir on social media, and no wonder. It's a live recording from a property said to be inhabited by an evil entity. This video was sent by Christy Garcia, a subscriber to the channel who, from Costa Rica, wrote to tell me that in her country this shocking footage began to circulate, a recording during what she calls a spiritual cleansing, which was apparently very difficult to accomplish. Pay attention.
Esto una vez bendito, vamos a proceder a ponerlo en las casas, en los marcos de la puerta, lo que es el aceite, ¿verdad? Este cuadro tiene mucha actividad, así que lo tocaré con el aceite. Llevareja y aguanishveneja, yadonai panaveneja, vicuneja, leaceneja, panaveneja, leaceneja, shalom. En este preciso momento me están comenzando a aruñar. Pueden ver como en este preciso momento me están bajando aruñazos. La entidad es tan fuerte que me está aruñando los brazos. No sé si pueden distinguir ahí. Vean la fuerte como me están aruñando los brazos. Ve aquí donde siguen bajando los rasguños. Me están aruñando fuertemente, pero eso es el enemigo que quiere debilitarnos, asustarnos y meternos temor, ya que ellos se alimentan del temor. Así que vamos a continuar con la bendición de...
In the images, we see the shaman performing the purification when suddenly, upon approaching the painting and before the astonished gaze of those following the broadcast, the man begins to suffer a series of scratches on his arm that appear out of nowhere. How can this be possible? Look closely. His skin is turning red. The marks are gradually deepening, and the pain is evident. There are no cuts in the footage, no visible editing, and the wounds seem to become more pronounced, as if an invisible force were attacking him at that very moment. The man claims that the demonic entity inhabiting the house was responsible, that this specter's intention may have been to try to detain him and frighten him into abandoning the cleansing. According to some witnesses, before this session he had tried to play with a Ouija board, something that according to occultists should never be done, since the manifestations that usually respond through the board are not human souls, but dark entities seeking to establish a connection with the physical world. Do you think we are facing a real demonic manifestation? Or is the human body capable of reacting in this way to a strong spiritual suggestion? Without a doubt, a frightening broadcast that leaves much to think about. Many of the videos you're about to watch were submitted by my audience. If you know or own similar videos that you'd like me to see, feel free to send them to the email address you see on screen, or as a direct message to my official Facebook page. And if you like my content, please subscribe on YouTube. Without further ado, let's continue. Number 4. What you're about to see happened in a park in South Korea, and while at first glance it might seem like an ordinary encounter, the outcome of this sequence changes everything. The man was walking calmly through a park when he noticed a woman sitting alone on a bench, motionless, as if something was happening to her. He thought she needed help and decided to approach. However, in a matter of seconds, he would realize that he had just made a serious mistake. What's happening to her? When she turns her head, her expression is chilling. Her eyes are completely bulging. Her gaze and complexion are far beyond the normal, as if she's left all her humanity behind. She then gets up and begins to chase him, abruptly cutting off the footage. Some internet users believe the woman could be possessed by a dark entity, perhaps the product of an ancient ritual or demonic influence. Her disturbing gaze and body posture denote a complete lack of consciousness. For many, this is a clear sign of possession. Others, however, maintain that it could have been a psychotic episode, a severe mental breakdown in which the person loses all sense of reality. However, there is one detail that has everyone thinking. Just before getting up, the woman seems to detect the man's presence, as if something inside her reacted to his energy or his gaze. Whatever the explanation, the truth is that her reaction doesn't seem to be due to a simple emotional imbalance, but to something much deeper and much darker. Was it a manifestation of a supernatural force, or were we simply witnessing an extreme mental breakdown? Tell me what you think. Number 3. Braulio Najar from Jalisco, Mexico, was the one who sent me a strange recording captured by his sister-in-law, taken right in front of the patio of her house, which curiously borders directly on a cemetery. Braulio and his family were digging trenches for an extension to her house when his sister-in-law decided to record the progress with her cell phone. Everything seemed completely normal until, near the end of the recording, she suddenly turned the camera and captured something that remains unexplained to this day. Watch. Did you catch a glimpse of it? The camera moves quickly, but if you stop the image at the exact moment, you can clearly see a dark-looking figure, almost as if wearing a cloak or robe, similar to that of a nun. The most unusual thing of all is that towards the end, it seems to move slowly, rising from the ground as if it were beginning to levitate before vanishing from the frame. What strikes me most, that this isn't an isolated incident. Braulio said that at night, he and his family have heard women crying, seen shadows hiding, and even heard voices calling them, even though no one is there. Considering that just behind the wall is an old cemetery, where according to local residents, there are hardly any visitors or maintenance anymore, one might wonder, could this apparition be related to one of the souls still wandering around that cemetery? Or is it just an illusion caused by the darkness and the movement of the camera? As I always say, you decide what to believe. Number 2. Do you consider yourself one of those people who do not hesitate to assist when someone cries for help? If your answer is yes, then get ready, because after watching the following footage, you might decide to think twice. It all happened in a lovely dense forest, a place where silence weighs so heavily that every sound seems to have a life of its own. A mountain bike enthusiast stops to move some debris when he suddenly comes across small caverns. What he captures with his camera while there would mark him forever. Watch.
Bro, is that my fork? What? Hello?
No.
Why is that?
No.
Hello? What the hell? Bro, I don't care about my bike. Hello? Is anybody there? I don't know, dude. Am I just hearing things? Hello? What the? Yep, nope, I'm good.
From the depths, a voice could clearly be heard crying for help.
No.
Why is that?
No.
Help! Help! However, the man immediately felt that something was wrong. The tone wasn't that of a desperate person. No, it was a drawl, cold help, as if the person saying it wasn't seeking rescue, but rather to attract whoever heard it. As expected, the cyclists, adrenalized by the alarming situation, fled the scene, leaving behind the echo of that word that continued to reverberate among the rocks. This video quickly went viral, sparking a wave of comments on social media. If I really needed help, I would have said something more clear. I'm stuck, I fail, or I've been here for days. But that help sounds too weak, too fake, said some of the comments. Perhaps it's just a distorted echo, or perhaps something more, something that lives in the depths waiting for someone to hear it, others commented. And this is where I ask you, what would you have done? Watch the video again, close your eyes, and try to imagine what you would have done.
No.
Why is that?
No. No.
Why is that?
No.
Imagine trying to find more information and trying to shout something to get him to answer. Like, what happened to you? Where are you? Imagine if you didn't have an answer and all you kept hearing was that eerie help. Would you have gone for his aid, or would you have run away too? Let me know in the comment section what your reaction would have been. Number 1. This video is crowned by a truly disturbing clip recorded at night on the shore of a silent lake. A man was enjoying an evening stroll when suddenly something caught his attention. A small whitish figure seemed to float in the distance. At first, he thought it was a boat, or perhaps a life preserver someone had left behind. As it drew closer to the shore, he saw clearly that it was something absolutely baffling. What exactly is this creature? Could it be some kind of unknown being that lives in the depths of the lake, or perhaps an animal species not yet discovered? After analyzing the video over and over again, there is something that stands out. The figure floats, not swims. Its movements are rigid, devoid of any gestures. This makes us think that it could be a doll, perhaps a floating object that amidst the darkness and suggestion gives the impression of being alive. But even if that were the case, why does it seem to move just as the man focuses on it? Why does it seem to look at him before disappearing behind the boat? There's something about that scene that, whatever it is, manages to make anyone's hair stand on end when they see it. Do you think it's just a doll floating in the water? Or is there more to what this man recorded that night at the lake? I ask that you leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section so we can read and discuss them, since this video has come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret